What's up everyone, Maxwell here, and in this video I'll be talking about what I wish I knew when starting my private label business on Amazon FBA. So as an experienced private label seller myself, I thought it would only make sense for me to share some of my past personal private label experiences, so hopefully I can guide you down the direction to success and hopefully benefit you if you're looking to either start or run your current private label business. So let's get right into what I wish I knew before starting my Amazon FBA private label business. So the first thing I wish I knew when starting my private label business was that it's going to take time. I thought it was going to be pretty simple for me to go find a product that had decent sales in the market, wasn't too competitive. I'd easily get to go and just contact my supplier, get a good rate, brand that product with my company logo, and sell it back on Amazon. But when it came to the actual process, it was a lot longer than I'd imagined. And at that point, I was going through multiple products. I was trying to do 2 to 3 products at a time when I was starting out, and it's a lot more in-depth than you actually think. And that's why the people that stick with it, the people that actually go through and stick with that first product, build an optimized listing, hire professional photographers for their product, create an optimized listing with title, bullet points, and a description, they're going to outsell and outwork their competition and in result make more sales. Now that it's going to take time to actually run this business, you're going to have to invest in yourself. You're going to have to sacrifice time to put into the business. If that means waking up 30 minutes earlier, if that means watching 30 minutes less of TV, playing 30 minutes less of video games, you need to find a way to put some time aside every single day to work on your business, because those that put time aside, work on their business every single day and stay consistent, they're going to pass up those people that work on it for a week or two, decide, oh, this isn't for me, you can't make money with it, you're not going to make money for 2-3 weeks. Plus, if you stay with it and you stay consistent, you're going to outwork those people that quit and ultimately take over the market and make a lot more sales and build passive income for yourself on Amazon. So the second thing I wish I knew when starting my private label business was to not chase a home run product for my first actual private label product. The reason being, the sellers that have already established a successful private label business, have already launched multiple products, are going to be a lot more experienced than you, the newbie seller who's going to try to enter the market and compete against them. They already know the process, they're already experienced, they're going to be able to take that market and rank better than you. And especially for your first product, I recommend going after something that isn't too competitive, but you're going to be able to make some pretty good sales with. The reason being, if you go after a really competitive product, those big dogs, the big market players that have already launched a lot of successful products, know the process, they're just going to outrank you, they're going to outsell you because you're new, you don't really understand the process too much, and I just recommend to stay after those products that aren't super competitive, at least for your first product. Now, a great example of a home run product that I was actually able to sell were the fidget spinners. Now, it was probably one of the most trendiest products that I've seen today as a private label seller on Amazon. Now, anyone that had a listing on Amazon selling a fidget spinner was making really good money. You didn't even need to have the best pictures, title, bullet points. The demand was just so high, and there weren't even that many sellers at one point, so people were just selling out. And all of a sudden, everyone on their Jungle Scout was having this fidget spinner pop up, and like, this is the next opportunity. You can buy it for $2 or $3 from China and sell it anywhere from 10 to 15 on Amazon all day, selling 50 to 100 units a day. And so all of a sudden, all these new sellers that wanted a private label started going after this home run product. They're wanting to make $10,000, $15,000 per month. And then all of a sudden the trend started to die off as new sellers were still flooding in. And then it was just a rat race to the bottom in pricing. Everyone was trying to dump them, trying to break even, trying to lose a little bit of money per unit. And the established sellers that knew the trend was going to die off, knew that they can make money up front, sell it through the middle, and then get out before it died. All those new sellers just came in, started sending more units to Amazon, started making bigger orders, and in the long haul ended up losing a lot of money in the back end as that trend died off, and they still had a lot of fidget spinners left in stock. So the third thing I wish I knew is to not overthink. I mean, I remember when I first started my private label business, I was wanting to come up with the best name ever. I was wanting to make sure that my logo was the best looking logo that I've ever seen. And honestly, it happens to a lot of new sellers as well. They really get caught up in that just first process of just coming up with the business name. They're really worried about if they don't pick a very good business name, or if their logo doesn't look good, that they're not going to make sales on Amazon, which is completely wrong. I've seen my name, other names that aren't very good, their logos are just sometimes not even on the product, sometimes the brand name is just on the product, and they're still making insane sales. So definitely don't get wrapped up in that front end of having to come up with the best logo, different colors or variations for the product. Just get something, go. It's all about speed. Now, what also comes with people that overthink is they never take action. They just take in all this information on YouTube, podcasts, interviews on private labeling, how to private label, different tips and tricks, but they actually never go and use those skills and take action. Like, remember, you're one product away from changing your life. You're one product away from making an additional $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 per month to your income. I mean, how much would that help you if you made an additional $1,000 to $5,000 per month on a product? I mean, you're never going to know until you actually take action. You go and you contact suppliers. You take the risk of placing that order, getting that product up onto Amazon and for sale. Now, with that said, once you've actually gone through the process of finding a product, having that product branded, shipping that product to the warehouse, and actually building the listing for the product, your second product, your third product, your fourth product, the process is only going to get simpler. It's only going to be easier for you to run it, and you'll be able to do it a lot quicker than you were if your first product. Even if your first product isn't as successful, maybe you made a mistake in the research process, or maybe you just didn't choose a very good product. Well, the good thing is you took action, you know what you did wrong, so that the next round, when you're going through that next product, you know what you did wrong, you fix those problems, and then you're on the road to success. So with that being said, once you've launched your first product, you've gone through the full process of doing the product research, contacting suppliers, having your product branded, shipping that product to your house, shipping to the Amazon warehouse, and then building the listing for your product. The second product, the third product, the fourth product that you do, the process is only going to be easier. It's going to be a lot simpler. You're going to be able to do it at a faster rate because you know what's going on. And any mistakes or falls that you had in your first product, any flaws, you can fix those on your second, third product, and it's only going to lead to greater success in your private label business. So the fourth thing that I wish I knew was how to do the proper product research and the criteria that you should be using. First off, as a new seller, until you actually get a research software like Jungle Scout, which you can learn a little bit more about it in the link in the description of this video, basically it goes through and it pulls down a database of every one of the products on Amazon. What you can do is you can put in certain criteria between a price point of maybe $20 to $30. Maybe you want it estimated at least 300 sales per month, and then you want under 50 reviews. Jungle Scout, that research software, is going to pull down every product that fits your criteria, whatever your criteria is, which helps you easily narrow down the good products that you can select from. Now, the reason you use Jungle Scout is because the products are there. It has the numbers, has the data, has everything that you need in order to decide if this is going to be a profitable product or not. Now, a lot of new sellers like to use this strategy. They're just going to go around their house. They're going to go around the store and try to find a product that they think is going to be profitable. Well, let me tell you, I did that for my first two products, and both of them were flops. For instance, my first product were iPhone cases. The new iPhone was coming out. I'm like, hey, let me just sell this clear case, put my brand on it. This is going to be super easy. I can get these cases made for $1 and sell them for $10. What you don't understand is a product like that is going to be dominated by the big players like Spigen and all those other big phone case companies are going to blow you out of the water, and that's exactly what happened to me. I lost a lot of money on that order. That's why I recommend getting a software like Jungle Scout where you can put in certain criteria so you can avoid making mistakes by guessing, like that phone case or any other products that you think are going to be good. If you can put in criteria and Jungle Scout's going to pull down every product that fits that criteria for it, it's going to be a lot easier for you to find a profitable product. Now, the strategy that I like to follow is the 10 by 10 by 1. So 10 sales a day at $10 profit in one day. So $100 profit per day, $3,000 profit per month for that product. It's a very good goal that you can meet, and it honestly isn't a product that's going to be too competitive. There are a lot of products out there that you can make $100 a day with. Or maybe if you're making $5 profit per unit, you need to make sure your product is selling 20 units a day to still reach that $100 per day, $3,000 per month. So the fifth and final thing I wish I knew when starting my private label business was that speed kills. When it comes to selling on Amazon, if you're the fastest seller, if you can identify the profitable product first, get it manufactured quickly, get it branded and up on Amazon before your other competitors, start making sales, start collecting data. You're going to have a super big head start in front of all those other people. Maybe if they're a new seller or they're just a lot slower, or maybe that found that product a week or 2 weeks after you. If you can get into the market early, establish your listing in the sales ranks, rank for different search terms, start getting sales and ranking for your product, you're going to be able to outsell your competition and rank ahead of them before the market either starts getting saturated or just a little bit more competitive. Point is, speed kills, but make sure you don't go too fast to where you're actually making mistakes that can cost you. Especially when it comes to doing your product research, you're most likely not going to find a product within an hour. You're most likely not going to find that winner product within the first day. It's going to take hours. It's going to take hours and hours and consistent research to be able to find a couple products. Then after you've found a couple products, watch those products for a week and then narrow it down to the product that you think is going to be the most profitable to you. So make sure you don't go and you speed through the process and make those costly mistakes, get a bad product, and in result you're going to lose a lot of money. So make sure that you're going quickly, because speed kills, but make sure you don't make mistakes along the way. So when it comes down to it, I mean, speed kills. If you can get your product to the marketplace before everyone else does, start getting sales and establish your listing, you're going to be able to outsell your competition. Now, the main thing is you don't want to make those costly mistakes or errors along the way because you're trying to go too quickly. You don't want to rush the process. You don't want to make those mistakes because they can cost you in the back end. But just make sure that you're consistently putting time into the business. Keep on researching, contacting suppliers, and keep going through with the business, because if you can find a couple products that make you a couple $1,000s per month, you're going to be able to build a successful long-term private label business. So that's just a quick little run through of what I wish I knew before starting my Amazon FBA private label business. Now, if you're interested in starting your own private label business and having me possibly mentor you along the way, click the first link in the description of this video. Anyways, that is it for this video. Feel free to comment below with any questions and or video ideas you would like to see in the future. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, as I'm always giving away different tips and tricks on how to make money online. And on that note, I'll see you guys next video.